on a journey of healing after enduring significant challenges is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Life, with its unpredictable twists and turns, can sometimes lead us through periods of immense difficulty and pain. Whether these challenges stem from personal loss, health issues, or circumstances beyond our control, they often test and shake our core. Yet it is through these very trials that many of us find our deepest well of resilience and capacity for growth. Hi, I'm Paige, and I host Chizupa Talks, a podcast series dedicated to sharing stories of grit, courage, and hope. Today's guest on the podcast embodies these three words profoundly. Nicholas was a Microsoft certified system engineer circa 2008. His last job was working at SunTrust Bank in their antivirus remediation department before epilepsy took him away from the workplace. Not only epilepsy, but so much more, as we will find out. But today, he runs a vibrant sanctuary called Radio Cave for artists and musicians from diverse backgrounds and genres. Hello, Nicholas. Welcome to Chizuba Talks.
Hello, and thank you.
Nicholas, could you tell us about the inception of Radio Cave? And I like the name, Radio Cave, and the concept.
We started, the inception of the company came from an experience I had in 2018 when I was able to go to an Earth Dance Florida festival event, and it was an event with music and arts and things of that nature. And it was a very unique experience for me, and it gave me the ideas that I could build something online, and I could generate an online community facilitating things that would aid these artists and these musicians and people and things of that nature. And also thought about using Facebook as a way to raise money for other organizations while giving access and an outlet for the people at the festivals, the artists and things of that nature, but doing it virtually online due to my own limitations with epilepsy and not being able to drive. It's been I came to the realization that it was something that I could build. And initially Radio Cave was going to be just an underground internet radio station, and we were just going to broadcast the older decades, and it wasn't really going to be anything more than that. But after the festival, it all broadened into the online Facebook page, and at which the Facebook page itself started to grow. And it took me several years to learn how to use Facebook and to properly weave what I needed to do organically, because being disabled and with epilepsy, I didn't have a large income to invest in page growth and things of that nature. So 99% of our growth has been all organic. And, there was there was a very small budget at various times put towards it, but it's been very much mostly organic. And basically, to get back to the time frames, around 2019, I started the original community page. And then by 2021, we were able to start the nonprofit by April 2021. And in that time, we had been basically on Facebook performing events where I would collect videos and submissions from various artists, both people that we were working with and also people from the public. So we would always take in public submissions. And what I would do is I would take all of these submissions in and then basically stream them out or play them out through YouTube and or Facebook and recently Twitch, during a specific time and create an online virtual event outlet for these individuals. And some of them were DJs, some of them were musicians, acoustic musicians. We had families. There's many individuals that have been with us for many years that they're just wonderful people. I couldn't say enough about them. And, they have profiles on our websites now, and we can go into that. But so basically, we started forming these events, and then using Facebook, I could pick a charity that was vetted, and I could make sure the funds that were raised went to that charity. And I didn't have to worry about how the money was going to be funneled. So we used Facebook as a way of vetting and guaranteeing the money raised for any particular event would go to who it was supposed to. So that way we didn't handle anything, and it was easiest for me to track everything at home and to build all of this online and just to manage the back end of it that way. That way, the Radio Cave page, which is me as a promoter, could build a community, make events, and eventually we now have the nonprofit foundation, which is the Radio Cave Corporation. It's also known as the Foundation of Families, though. It's once I get a couple more things registered and I get the name registered, it'll be a DBA as Foundation of Families. But that's what we're known as the Foundation of Families nonprofit. And that all came together just through these Facebook events and individuals wanting to continue to contribute to charity. I can't say enough about the musicians and the artists that I was able to find and meet along the way that also believed in what I was doing and what the organization could do and would do. And, it's continued to grow every year. And since we started with Earth Dance back in 2018, Earth Dance Global, and they're a very large organization that's based in California, I believe, but they have locations all over the world, and they have their own motto and ethos in regards to peace. And they specifically, the event that I went to in 2018 focused around their prayer for peace in September, which is the universal celebration of the International Day of Peace. So basically, I was able to stay in communication with Earth Dance while I was building these artists and these other events on the side. And finally, once the nonprofit was formed, I was then able to work with Earth Dance on a larger scale and work with them to promote the prayer for peace on a larger scale. And Radio, as I kind of felt that was an event that needed more focus. And I figured that was an event that could also be based online because I can take submissions from people all over the world. And that's what we're doing this year as well, is we're expanding our Earth Dance movement this year from just a weekend of a celebration to a full 7 days of celebration, like we recently did for our Christmas event. So this year's celebration of peace online virtually will be a full 7-day event with music and art from people all over the world. So that's that's our event that will be starting, and more details will be coming out in March on our website at radiocave.org.
Right. I get that you're very busy right now with the upcoming event. But if you could just
Yes.
tell our viewers and the people who are listening to this podcast, how do you curate musicians? How do you decide that this is what is going to be performed at
Well,
this particular show?
that's the key point. I do not judge anyone that submits anything, and never have and never will. Radio Cave believes in a cycle of giving and receiving, and we take the first step. So in that ethos, anybody who's willing to send us anything has been played, because I feel that you and your community are your own harshest critics. So as long as it has been something that would not get the channel banned or get a strike against the organizational operation, we have never turned anything down by anybody, ever, in
Fascinating.
6 years. Yes.
Let's take a break to understand what Chizuba is. Everyone at some point ponders on how this beautiful life can be made more meaningful. Maybe you're a leader trying to enhance your employees' experience at your organization. Or you already work for the community and seek volunteers with state-of-the-art skills to strengthen your nonprofit. Whatever your situation, know that you can make a difference. Chizuba began with this very vision. A vision to facilitate every skill and every passion in the world in meeting a social need. Corporate volunteering has several benefits for both businesses and organizations. In parallel, experienced and enthusiastic volunteers join NGO workers, enabling them to serve the community more effectively. Chizuba offers everyone looking to add purpose and meaning to their lives a chance to connect or volunteer virtually with nonprofit organizations from over 100 countries around the world. Visit www.chizuba.net and explore opportunities to find meaning. Chizuba, your platform to do good. And now, back with our guest.
Oh, so that means you also have amateurs who are wanting to showcase their talent.
Yes, we have people that are very, very skilled, that are looking to break out into the market, that should be in Nashville playing, and we have people that are just beginning in their homes, that are just starting recording for the first time as well.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Super. So I see how that you're creating this supportive and uplifting environment. So in the process, are you also able to speak um, about people being included in the community or in the healing process?
Yes, well, we have a Facebook group that has 15,000 people in it, and I always encourage people to join the group and share what they want. We have a decent amount of activity in the group, but I've never really been on tape before, really stating that more people are more than happy to join the group and share what they like. We do have to approve the posts as they go. As being a nonprofit organization, we do have certain standards we have to adhere to, but we do share as much as we can, and we are always looking for more. So people can always look up. It's actually called the Intergalactic Unity Community. It's on Facebook,
Sounds
and
exotic.
it's very nice. It's very uplifting, and I think a lot of people find it home in many ways, as well as myself. So it was originally started as a small support group for myself and epilepsy and people that had epilepsy. But that was back in like 2016, and it's grown to now it be incorporated into the entire community and takes on the artists and members of the public and whomever. It's a public open community for everyone to share.
Super. Um, Obviously, this is you're very passionate about this nonprofit. You're also very passionate about the work that you do. Uh, I'm sure it comes with its set of challenges. Is there a day when you feel, my God, I've taken on too much?
Well, it's a labor of love, and there's not many days when I feel I've taken on too much. There's days when I feel I haven't done enough.
Okay.
So it's for me, it really has always been about what the organization could become for others beyond myself. And because with epilepsy, when I left the workplace in 2012, um, I was in a very dark place mentally, emotionally. My mental health was very bad. Um, and coming back from 2012 through 2018, I had gone through some very, very hard experiences. And when all of this occurred in 2018, I realized that, it could be so much more. And just that initial feeling of learning, I guess, my purpose and how I could benefit other people by still being disabled and having
Absolutely.
epilepsy made a big impact for me. So,
Mm.
am I ever tired and think I can't do enough and I can't do anymore? No. Much of the time, it's I haven't done enough and there's still more and lots to do.
Wow, that's so good to hear. Nicholas, tell us, do you think from 2012 when you left the workplace to now, do you think there is a different way of perceiving epilepsy or other challenges?
Oh, very much so. In 2012, epilepsy for me was going to the doctors and being fed lots of different medications and suffering through almost two seizures a month, um, and grand mal seizures. And now epilepsy for me is more about managing my stress. I only have them once every few years, 3 or 4 years if I'm lucky. But my ability to manage my stress internally, the 3 inches beyond me in every direction, and being able to control what I feel inside compared to what affects me outside, and the ability to look at my diet and listen to my body and really look at things in a much more holistic manner has allowed me to get to where I am now. And that was a completely different way of looking at epilepsy and dealing with epilepsy. And I think people now should really, in my own opinion, really, it's much more about looking at the individual's health and what are the things that the individual could be lacking and missing in diet and nutrients and minerals and amino acids. All of these different types of things need to be analyzed and looked at on an individual basis. And many times, none of it is. A doctor simply will say, "Oh, you're low on B12, which is like one of the easiest things to test for, or potassium," and then that'll be it. There's 100 other trace minerals, vitamins, and things that are in the body that could be imbalanced. And through my own learning of those things on my own body, I now look and try to recommend people really individualize their support and their care in that way.
And what about the workplace? Are they still discriminated against?
That I really don't know, although I've had some friends recently tell me that people with disabilities are having a much better time finding positions in the workplace, which I think would be a wonderful thing for people. Just as we want to give people an outlet for creativity, if workplaces are able to give remote work, which I think is probably the thing that is allowing access to a lot of individuals, is that remote work
Mm.
has increased, and a lot of individuals like myself who can't drive or choose not to drive due to fear of hurting others or myself, can't really get to a workplace. So remote work, I guess, being increased has probably helped that. Yeah.
And so, what can somebody who wants to be involved with your work want to do? Is this something that you do on your own, or you have a team to support you?
Oh, I have a team. I started on my own, but I have a team now that we have the organization, the nonprofit organization has a board of directors. And so I have a team of, I believe, oh, if they get it, between 7 and 9 people on our team right now that help me in various ways. Some of them are active daily. Some of them are active during events. It really just depends. Each individual who has come on board has believed in the ethos and the mission statement and the goals of the organization. And have all taken on various aspects, and it's really come together to be a team effort. And as far as getting in touch with us, anybody who wants to get in touch with me can go to radiocave.org/contact and can send me an email there, or they can also email me at nick@radiocave.org. Those are direct accesses to email and to get in touch with me in regards to business or artistry.
Wonderful. And I believe you have some experience with us, with Chazuba. Could you please share some feedback from them?
Yes, I've been working with Chizuba now probably for about, I'd say between 9 and probably 12 months, somewhere in that range. We've had several volunteers now. Those volunteers have helped us because we actually have our nonprofit, through the epilepsy community that I had, met a gentleman in Uganda who has an orphanage, and we have developed a relationship and have built a website and donation portal and Facebook page for him and his children to receive donations through, and we've been supporting them since 2020. And through their orphanage, we've just needed, at this point, I've kind of needed more people in that region that would be able to help coordinate and articulate things that I can't really do from here. So Chizuba has actually been really pivotal in getting me volunteers that would be in that region that are a little bit more knowledgeable about the area and are helping me now to develop support in a new way. We're actually working on some new programs, and it's all on our website. You can learn about everything on radiocave.org, as well as our Facebook page, just Radio Cave, one word. You can follow that. I'm always posting to it. You can follow me if you want more event related things. You can follow me on Facebook as well, Nicholas S. Siegel. I'm pretty easy to find on there. I am verified. I post more uplifting things and event things to our Facebook page, but more business and event related things to my page. So it's kind of a rabbit hole, but most people enjoy it.
Well, I think it's amazing that you have started something like this. And last question here on a personal note. Uh, how has working with Radio Cave and, like you mentioned, the Foundation of Families affected your outlook on life? Obviously, it's in a positive way, but we'd like to hear that.
Oh, yeah, I'd say that it by far has given me meaning and purpose in knowing that I could build an organization that could be used to benefit the future children of others, because I don't have
Right.
children myself and I don't foresee any at this point. So knowing that I could go from where I was mentally broken at 2012 to benefiting society and potentially building an organization that could benefit others, to me is an honor. To me means everything. So it really has given me purpose and given me direction, and that's why I say it doesn't really wear me down. It's kind of, I feel that it's why I'm here. If anything, it almost gave purpose to my epilepsy for me. And that's one of the things that makes me so emotional when I talk about it, is because it gave me purpose in the time when I felt the darkest. So because of that, I feel it's my purpose to make sure I can do that for others.
Beautiful. Absolutely. Well, by offering a sanctuary where individuals can connect, share, and find solace in music and arts, Radio Cave underscores the transformative power of community and creativity in the healing process. Through Nicholas's work, Nicholas reminds us that even in our darkest moments, like he mentioned, there is hope and you find your purpose. And with the right support, you can emerge stronger, more connected, and with a renewed zest for life. Thank you so much for joining us and see you all in the next episode. Till then, goodbye.